children. Today we are going to discuss chapter 3 of your English grammar book, that is nouns number. In the previous videos we have already discussed this chapter 1 and chapter 2, and over there in chapter 1 we have read about sentences, and in chapter 2 we have dealt with nouns, and over there we came to know what nouns are, and along with that we also dealt with its types. So today we are going to discuss this nouns number, and when we are talking about nouns number we are going to deal with singular and plural. So let's start. Now let's learn. You can see written on your book. When a noun refers to only one, it is a singular noun. So as I told you, when we are going to talk about nouns number, we are going to talk about singular noun and plural noun. So if there is a noun that will refer to only one, then such a noun is what? Is an example of a singular noun. Similarly, you can see when a noun refers to more than one, it is a plural noun. So if there is a noun that refers to more than one, then what kind of noun is it? It is an example of a plural noun. So if a noun refers to only one, then that's an example of a singular noun. If a noun refers to more than one, then that's an example of a plural noun. So you need to remember both these sentences that's provided in your book. So you need to underline them and memorize them. So over here you can see underneath some examples are provided. The girl was dancing. Number 2, the girls were dancing. Number 3, the baby is crying. Number 4, the babies are crying. So let me write this one sentence over here. One of the examples, the girl was dancing. So in this case, you can see over here that this noun, it refers to only one. That is, it refers to only one, so it's an example of what? It's an example of a singular noun. So over here you can see singular noun is followed by a singular verb. So this is a helping verb, and you can see it's singular verb. But in the second sentence you can see the girl has been changed into plural. That is, this is a plural noun. Hence the verb has also changed into plural. So see where this is a plural verb, plural helping verb. So you can see in this example, even in your this example is visible even in your book, that is the girl was dancing. So in this case you can see there is a singular noun, and this singular noun is followed by a singular verb. But in the second example you can see that this singular noun has been changed into plural noun. So girl has been changed into girls, and this plural noun is followed by a plural helping verb, that is were. Similarly, in example 3, you can see the baby is crying. So baby is what? It's an example of a singular noun. And in the fourth example, you can see the babies are crying. So babies over here is an example of plural noun. And in the third example, you can see the baby, that is a singular noun, is followed by a singular verb is. And in the fourth example, you can see the plural noun babies, it is followed by a plural verb are. The verb followed by the noun also changes in number. So this is something which you need to keep in mind, that the verb which follows the noun also changes in number. So you can see over here, you can understand with the help of the example that is being provided in your book. So in the examples it's very clear that along with the noun, what we need to change the verb also. So the verb which is following the noun also changes according to the number, that is noun's number. If it's a singular number, so singular verb, it's a plural number, it's a plural noun, then we are going to follow this plural noun with the help of a plural verb. So we need to keep in mind that singular noun will take a singular verb behind it, and plural noun will take a plural verb that is behind it, that is after it. The words followed by the noun also changes in number. So this is something which you need to keep in mind. I hope you have understood what I say. I told you that when we change the number of the noun, that is when we change singular noun into plural noun in a sentence, then the verb that will follow the singular noun, that is the verb which will follow the plural noun, they also change. If we are changing the singular noun into plural noun, then the verb which is singular verb, it also needs to change into a plural verb. So let's start discussing the rules that are provided in order to bring this change from singular to plural. We usually add s to a singular noun to make it in plural form. Yes, that is true. Usually what do? We usually add the letter, that is s, behind it in order to form its plural. Now let's take an example. So if I write the word pencil that you use, how do we make its plural? We make it plural by simply adding the letter s behind it. So when we add the letter s, what did we form? This was a singular noun. This is singular noun. We change it to plural noun. So this is quite easy to understand. I hope you are understanding. So usually that's often what we do. That is often we add s to a singular noun. So we added s to a singular noun in order to form its plural. In the example that's provided in your book, you can see over there, lion, lions, goat, goats, room, rooms, table, tables, chair, chairs, ball, balls. Now let's go through the second instruction, that is the second rule of changing this singular noun into plural noun. We add es to singular nouns that end in o, s, sh, sh, ch and x. So over here we need to remember that if there is a noun, that's a singular noun which is ending in the with the letter o, like let's take this potato. So you can see it's ending with o. So in such a case, what do? We add the letter es behind it. So p f p o t a t o. What do we need to add? We need to add es. So when we add es, what will form? p o t a t o e s. So this is the plural noun, and this was what? This was a singular noun. So over here the book is telling us that how do we form plural if the singular noun is ending in o, then we simply need to write es behind it. If this is applicable in the case if the singular noun that ends in s, like in the example you can see, look at your book, you'll get to see the noun bus, 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 it's ending with the letter s. And how do we form its plural? We form its plural by simply adding es behind the letter s, that is bus es. So if it is said that if the singular noun is ending in the letter that is double s, then like in the example you can see class, class, class. So what do? We add es in order to form its plural. Similarly, if the singular noun is ending with the word sh, then we form its plural by adding es. Like in the example, you can see wish, wish, wish. You can look at your book, and over there you will see the word that is the noun wish. And how do we form its plural? We form its plural by simply adding es behind sh. And if the singular noun is ending with the letter ch, then how do we form its plural? We form its plural by adding es behind it. Like in the example, you can see bench, bench. It's ending it with the letters ch. What do? We add es behind it. And if the noun is ending with the letter that's x, then in such a case, what do? We add the letter es in order to form its plural. So you can see, you can look at your book, and over there you can see the examples in order to understand this point clear. It is very clear. So what do we need to keep in mind? That some of the singular noun, they form their plural by adding es. But you need to remember that those nouns that form their plural by adding es are the ones that end in o, s, double s, sh, ch and x. Now let's read the third rule. Some nouns end in a consonant plus y. So some nouns, they end in what? Consonant plus y. So let's take an example over here of baby. So this is an example of a noun, and over here you can see that this noun is ending in consonant. B is a consonant. So over here you can see this noun is ending in consonant plus y. So in such a case, what do? We remove this y and we replace this y with what? Then we replace this y with ies. So this is something which you need to keep in mind. So if there is a noun that is ending in consonant plus y, then in such a case we will replace this y with what? We will replace this y with ies. Now you all know what vowels are, that a, e, I, O, U, this alphabets A, E, I, O, U, they are called vowels. So consonants, the other alphabets that are there are all consonants. So over here B is also a consonant. So in such a case where the noun is ending in B, that is the consonant, plus y, then in such a case what do? We replace this y with ies. So if you look at your book, you can see some more examples like the noun lady, 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 y has been replaced with ies. In the noun, that's the word city, 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 that's a singular noun, it has been y has been replaced with the letters, that is ies. So you need to remember this. In the next rule you can see, but some nouns that end in vowel plus y, we add s to make their plural. So if there is a vowel plus y at the end, like you can see in this example, let's take the example of the word monkey. So over here you can see e plus y, that is e is a vowel, so vowel plus y. So in such a case, how do we form its plural? We simply form its plural by adding s behind it. So in some cases this is applicable. So how did we form the plural? If there is a vowel plus y at the end, then we form its plural by simply adding s at the end of the letter, that is at the end of the word. So here you can see that if they but some nouns, they form that end in vowel plus y, like we saw over here, vowel plus y, we add s to make their plural. So some more examples are visible over there in your book itself. You can see monkey, monkeys, key, keys, boy, boys, ray, rays, toy, toys, bay, bays. In the next rule we can see some nouns end in f or fe. Yes, that's true. Some of the nouns they end in f or fe. We change f or fe into ves in their plural form. So if I write the word, let's take leaf. So in such a case, how do we form its plural? We form its plural by removing taking this f, and we are going to change it into lea and ves. So this is what we need to remove. So f needs to be replaced with ves. Similarly, it's mentioned over here that if we have a noun, that's a singular noun that's ending in fe, then we need to change it into ves. Like let's take this example, wifey. So we are ending over here. You can see singular noun is ending in fe. So what do? We replace this fe with ves. Wives. Wives. So you need to remember that some nouns end in f's, like over here, and some nouns they end in fe, like in this case. So what do we change? We change this f and we change this fe into ves. So in both these examples, you can see over here, you can see on the board that I have changed f and fe into ves. So some more examples are available in your book. You can see leaf, leaves, wife, wives, knife, knives, dwarf, dwarves, thief, thieves, wolf, wolves. So now let's read further. Some nouns do not follow any rule to change them into plural form. So just now we have discussed some of the rules, but there are some nouns which do not follow the rules that we have discussed just now. So over here you can see some of those nouns, they change differently. So these nouns they change differently. Like you can see over here on the board, I am writing man. So how do we change it? Man, this singular, we change the vowel, that is a is changed into e, and we form its plural. So similarly, you can see over here in woman, a woman changes into woman, goose changes into geese, foot changes into feet, tooth changes into teeth, child changes into children, mouse changes into mice, ox changes into oxen. So you need to remember that there are some nouns that do not follow any rule to change them into plural form. They change differently, and these are some of the examples that we have read today. Now in the last rule you can see some nouns do not change in plural. So you need to remember there are some nouns that do not change to plural, that is the singular form, plural form is going to be the same. So they are same both in singular and plural forms. Like you can see the example provided in your book, like that of deer. Singular is also deer, plural is also deer. Similarly, you can see sheep. Singular is also sheep and plural is also sheep. So here we have completed discussing this chapter 3. The exercises will be solved some other day, and I'll send you the answers. So I hope you have understood what I have tried to explain. I have tried to explain you noun numbers, and over here through this with the help of this video I am trying to explain you what singular nouns and plural nouns are in. Along with that, we also discuss what are the various rules with the help of which keeping in mind which rules we are going to change the singular into plural. And over here we also saw that some of the nouns they do not follow the given rules, and we also saw that some of the nouns they remain the same, that is they don't have a plural form, they remain the same in their singular and plural forms, like in the case of deer and sheep. So we are going to stop here for children. I hope you understood. If you face any problem, what should you do is you need to watch the video again. I have done the explanation in English, but maybe some of you have difficulty in understanding English. So in such a case, nothing can be done except one thing, that is you need to put more effort and watch the video once again so that you understand it. If you don't understand it after watching it once more, you watch it twice, you watch it thrice, you keep watching it until you understand. You slowly understand it, but I have tried to explain it as simple as possible. So here today we discuss the rules of changing this singular noun into plural noun, and I have asked you to learn what singular noun and plural noun are. And in the next video we are going to discuss nouns gender, that is chapter 4. Thank you.